Welcome back, guys. Brian with HappyThumbsGaming here, back with more Funko Fusion. Next up, Masters of the Universe, Level 4, Shock Amok. Fun play! This has an odd 28,000 requirement for the vinyl tube, that silver crown, and we're also going to get all the rest of the stuffs. In fact, if you are interested in taking on the character cameo quest, we're even going to show you where that starts, as it happens to be Xena Warrior Princess. So here we are in the Funko Factory Hub world for Masters of the Universe. We're going to head on over to door number 4, but this is a quick reminder, we do have quick links below in the video description. So on our way, we take out a few items to collect some vinyl, because, you know, gotta get them all, gotta get them all. And you're ready, head on over to Shock Amok behind door number 4, and after a quick peek at the collectibles, let's jump right in to see what's in store. All right, flip the lever and head down the stairs. As you can see, we are still Starbuck from our previous outing in The Mummy, and we're going to keep him for now for his 5-star speed and his seemingly endless laser beam here. We also have some vinyl on the ground in the middle that should be toted and carried around. And of course, we also have a silver chest hiding over in these boxes. Look at that. You probably would have never found that had you have not watched this video. No, I'm just kidding. You probably would have found it. It's not that hard. Now in this back corner over here, we've got a little bit of a debacle. What looks like a yellow Orko hat happens to be on the ground, and it's 1 of 10. I did some pretty extensive research on the old interwebs and found almost nothing regarding what that might be. Now, it looks sort of like an Orko hat, but instead of being like that pinkish, reddish, whatever color it is that he normally is, it is more of a yellow. So I'm guessing that's what it is. The internet has proven that there might be some other beliefs that it's the same, so hopefully it's just like a display glitch, and maybe at some point, or maybe right now for you, the game has updated and changed that color scheme to the normal colors. But all right, we've gone ahead and placed an optional sentry turret here to help protect our attack track as we start to move it or escort it through the level. Lots of bad guys spawn in this area, and I just find it a little bit easier to take out or thin out their numbers with the help of a sentry turret. Now, those floating robots are my nemesis. They seem to get up and out of my aim range every single time, making me look like a complete noob. So maybe I just am? I don't know. All right, before moving on, we're going to go ahead and recommend you spawn or mold a bounce pad here. The reason for that is later, we're going to find all 10 of those Orko hats. And as it turns out, in order to collect the chest with the silver crown, you have to jump up on a bounce pad to get up to this ledge on the high right side. So we have to make quite the journey later to double back and come get this thing. So we figured we'd make the journey a little bit easier by placing the turret there now. Something you can do later, obviously, as well. All right, continuing to escort the attack track up top, we find ourselves getting attacked by some more baddies. It really is an attack track. That's all we do is tracking attacks. Anyways, up top, there's probably 15 guys, 10 to 15 guys. It is quite possible that the red orb baddie might present himself right here amongst these foes. Who knows? And if he doesn't, it's okay. There are 2 other spots that we found him during our scouting run. So lots of places, lots of variety, and we're still not 100% sure if that's the desired feature from the developers or if perhaps maybe it's just sort of a random, we don't know. So, I mean, we try to play it multiple times to find all the spots that it might spawn so we can relay that info to you, and hopefully you guys find it useful. All right, time for some portal play. Let's go ahead and use the blue mold machine on the left-hand side here and take our freshly molded portal just beyond that old, I guess it's Audrey 2. The old, anyways, up above we see a purple crystal. Let's go ahead and max it out by shooting it and connect our portal up to that spot up high right side. Next, let's go ahead and use the character swap box, which happens to be right here as well, and switch on over to Childs, as we're going to need his flamethrower. As we advance through this new little found hallway up top, we see that there is a red door. We'll go ahead and melt it down, and while it's doing its melty, we'll go ahead and shoot the purple crystal down below to our left, which is going to activate another portal spot that we can go ahead and connect to, because we're going to need to grab a fuse. But before we do, let's go ahead and pick up the Foxxo body part in this room and flip the lever that's actually going to take down a force field, preventing us from getting through this door right here. Now, there may be a couple of bad guys scattered around, so take a quick peek for some eyes peeking at you. as that's what just happened to us. Now, inside this room, it seems very calm and peaceful, but as soon as you activate this silver chest, it's gonna become covered in that purple goo, and bad guys are gonna spawn just for you. All right, we'll take these guys on down. Looks like even a little holiday version of a bad guy there. That's kind of fun and festive. Thanks for that update, 1010 Games. And speaking of updates, there's been like 1,000 of them, which is mildly frustrating, but also very appealing as far as the gamer goes. You want a game to be clean and solid, and updates are going to do that. So, all right, after irradiating the baddies, go ahead and collect your crown. And before taking off, make sure you take out the hat hanging up high on the ledge above the door. Next, we'll take a left outside, and right behind the green mold machine is going to be number 3. All right, a little bit of a funny angle there. A couple jumps might help out. And on the other side, the right side of the door, we're going to pop open a final chest. But hey, check it out. We've got number 4 up there as well. So, pew, 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 pew. We're getting almost to the halfway point. And speaking of halfway point, we've got a little bit of story-based bits to get through. So if you're in a hurry, simply looking for those collectibles, use those quick links down below in the video description. If you're here for the full journey, let's go ahead and activate our portal to the upper left room, which is going to give us access to a purple chest, which, when open, reveals a fuse. So drop back out through the portal, connect it to the middle ledge here, which will allow us to go ahead and place it in that socket, which will derive the power from that shocker down below, preventing our path, and put it up top where, you know, nobody really needs to be. So we'll go ahead and go back through our portal one more time. And if you have not already, I got a little ahead of myself, mold yourself a portal, and let's go ahead and continue escorting the attack track. As we get about right before the heart, let's place our portal, and let's get ready for an attack, because this door on the right comes busting open and baddies come out. Now, if you did not already see the red orb baddie, there's a good chance he's going to pop out right here. In fact, he goes streaking right on by us here in a second. Hold on. Ready? Wait, 3, 2, 1, streaking, streaking, streaking. All right, he's out of there, which is good for us because we wanted to get this done and out of the way. Once the coast is clear, feel free to pick up that red orb, and let's place it into the red mold machine, which happens to be in that same room that all the baddies dispersed from. Not a whole lot going on in here other than a few small items we can smash for some vinyl, and of course that actual red mold machine. Next, we got to go back to our portal, and this time we're going to connect it to the new one we just placed in that hallway. This is going to give us access all the way over where we need to be, but before we can move on, we're going to need to go back and swoop up that fuse. So use the portal, get up to that middle ledge, and drop it back down to the hallway. And of course, place that fuse on the wall, activate the terminal, which should open the door, allowing us to further escort. But before we do, let's go ahead and grab that fuse, as we're going to need not only this one, but one other one to go ahead and finish this next boss battle. It's kind of a little mini boss battle that's about to happen. In fact, oh, there it is. It's the merman. Now, in order to take him out, we need to place this fuse all the way at the back left corner of the room on the wall. Now, there are a bunch of bad guys scattered throughout. You can choose if you want to drop the fuse and take them out, or just run back and slam it in the wall like I did. Now, after it is complete, or even if you choose to take the baddies out first, I believe there are roughly 10 of these little mermen that we need to take out. So, we've got about 4 or 5 done. There's 5, maybe 6, maybe 7... maybe 8, so maybe only 8, but there's definitely a lot of bad guys. Once the coast is clear, make your way back over to that fuse, and on the wall there are a couple of, well, little swiveling points that you need to shoot and connect the dots, la la la. Basically, you just got to get it so the power flows. Once it does, it'll activate or switch the power from that doorway behind us and focus it on the pool, which is really going to do some damage to Merman. But we got one more fuse we need to do, so let's use the old blue mold machine in this corner and craft ourselves a portal. We're going to sneak on by that electrified corner of the pool and slap it right here on this corner. Then connect it up top and make your way through, and over on the left-hand side is going to be a vinyl chest, and right beyond it is going to be another one of those pesky hats. So let's pop that off, and just because we're here, let's look across just beyond the attack track on the left side of the area. We should see another hat, so pop it off. That should be 6. Drop down onto this ledge, pump up the power by flipping that switch. And booyakashow, let's go ahead and jump across. Now, if you miss your jump, just simply go down and use the portal to get back up. But a jump and roll should get you across. Stand on this chair for the proper angle and hit all 4 of those special spots in rapid succession, removing the force field, giving us access to the purple chest. Crack it open. There should be another fuse. We're going to go ahead and jump back over to that ledge we just came from. That's right, a jump and dash. And over on the right side, overlooking Merman, should be the fuse terminal. Slam it in there, drop down, and we got to play a quick game and connect the dots one more time. So, la, la, la. And look at that. We've officially powered up the pool. We can go ahead and hit Merman over and over, watching his text go from white to orange to red. That should go ahead and conclude that boss battle. And next, we're going to switch on over to He-Man. That's right, we need his gold brick breaking ability, but we need to go ahead and advance the attack track a little bit before we can do or use those abilities. So we got another little mini boss battle coming up right here with Beast Man, and the same rules apply. As soon as it triggers the boss, there it is, it's actually going to trigger a bunch of bad guys too. So roughly 8 to 10 scattered around. They like to hide in these trees. I also want to point out on the left side of the room there is one of those like little prison cages that hangs. Bust it open because behind it is going to be one of the levers for the 4-lever puzzle. Now, I've made my way through the first wave of bad guys on the left only, knowing there's still some on the right, and I went straight for that gold to break it on down. Now, it's my understanding that once that happens, it does spawn some more guys, but only 3 or 4 will be out on the ground at a time. Keep close eye on your heals, as you might be getting depleted, and if you need to replete her, go ahead and use the heart right over by where we broke the gold bricks. Next up, we're just clearing out all the baddies, and once the coast is clear, we're going to go ahead and move this attack track a little bit further. And it's not clear yet. I think there's one more guy lingering over there. Maybe not. I feel like there's one more guy that comes at me. Come at me, bro. All right, basically, we're going to get it over towards this blue mold machine. Once we get over here, we're going to double back and take on some collectibles. In fact, we're about to take on a task that'll give us a double whammy. That's right, a 2-for-1. There's that blue door over to the left, right below that red cog-looking wheel. We're going to get inside that, and to do so, we're going to need to mold ourselves a Batra. We'll do that by using the blue mold machine over by the pool and try to sneak by this electricity, which does not go very well. Eventually, we sneak by. We're going to go right back into that portal that we had placed earlier. As we go into the left side of the room up above, there is a charger on the wall. So we'll go ahead and plug it in. Once it's done, pick it up, and we'll move it across the room and slam it in the battery terminal on the wall, giving us power to this switch. Now, if we don't touch it, it should be green on the left side and red on the right. That green's going to indicate that the door is officially open, and right on the floor, we can already see hat number 7 is chilling, waiting for me. All right, on the table here in that same room is going to be a security card. Now, I didn't label this, but basically, if you're following along and you want to get the silver crown, you gots to do it. So once we got this in tow, we'll go ahead and go right back through the portal we just came from. This time, we're going to do a death-defying jump across this gap. It's not really death-defying. But before we do, let's go ahead and switch the lever. Pick that card back up, jump and dash or roll, which should get you across. And look at that. We've got this newly found room open. We've been in here before, but it's a little different this time. Swipe it like it's hot, slam on the ground to get some vinyl. Of course, inside this new room is a find and open chest. Simply pop it open and you know the rest. Go ahead and collect some vinyl in this room as well, just because, got to get them all. All right, make your way back out, and don't forget to grab the vinyl chest before dropping down. And next up, we're actually going to head over to the character swap box and swap on over to number 5. But not before going back up and flipping that switch one more time. So I missed the jump. Simply go through the portal, flip of the switch, and it should make that H turn red and go back to the green cogwheel. As I mentioned, we're going to go ahead and switch over to number 5 as we're going to need his teleporter spatial jump here in a minute. We figure we might as well do it now. All right, make your way out and around the pool one more time. And this time we're going to head over to the left. Now, we've been through this doorway before in a previous level, but it's a little different. And of course, we've got that green cogwheel activated with that switch back in that upper room, which should give us access through the force field. Now, you probably just noticed too, there was a character cameo quest spot there, which needed a security card, which happened to be right on the ground in that purple chest. We're going to skip that though for now and run all the way down on this lower left ledge is going to be the KFC bucket. Now back up the stairs. This time we're going to jump up on the high right side. If you're having trouble, spawn yourself a bounce pad and get up there and simply take out hat number 8. So we only got 2 more of those bad boys, and then we'll be able to run back and use our bounce pad to get up and collect that stuff. Now, I made a little bit of a mistake here, but it's okay. We're going to use the spatial jump to get up top, and on our hard left is going to be hat number 9. Pop that off, and before jumping or flipping any switches, make your way around the back and pop off this crystal as well, because we want that to be good to go for later. Now, my mistake is I should have gone just to the left right there and picked up the amber fossil right then and there, but I forgot to do that. I drop all the way down, and what I need now is a bounce pad. As it turns out, the 4th lever requires a little bit of a bouncity to get up there to flip the switchity. So we'll do that right now. We'll place the bounce pad over here right in front of the door with the green cogwheel. All right, the stage is set. Now we just need to make our way back over to this opposite side. And if you haven't already, take down the cage, which will reveal the switch. Wait for your stamina to get all the way to the tippy top. And when you're ready to roll, flip that switch and you should be out of there. Go ahead and spatial jump up top, flip number 2, use another spatial jump to get to number 3. Drop down, I jump and use the teleport versus using the spatial jump just because it seems a little faster. Up off the bounce pad and booyakashow. That should be all 4 levers and we can collect our prize. Now we're going to go back over to that spatial jump again because I realized about now that I had missed that amber fossil. Let's go ahead and teleport up one more time. Jump across through that wheel, and around the corner on the ground is going to be the amber fossil. Pew, 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 pew. All right, so we got to escort the attack track a little further, but first, let's go ahead and spawn ourselves a sentry turret. We're going to need this to actually pump up a laser pad that's going to unlock a new portal that'll give us access to that silver chest right there. So place it right there in front of the crack in the, well, it's like jail bars there. It should be able to pump up that particular pad, and now we just need a portal. Well, we need it for multiple things, but we're going to go ahead and place it on the ground sort of close. We want it to be able to see the portal in that room, and as you can see, it's a little bit of a funny angle. So I have to pick it up again, which I'm having troubles doing, and I reallocate it, and this time, booyakashow. We get that triangle prompt, we hit it, and in we go. Flip the lid and collect that crown, and we are getting pretty close to the end here. So, all right, we'll go ahead and go back through the portal. This time, we're going to connect it to the middle top part, which will allow us nice, safe access to that purple crystal across the way. Now we have both of the terminals pumped up and powered up. Now we just need to get the ATAC track all the way over there. That's right, I call it the ATAC track. That was my bad, my mistake. I probably should have edited that out, but why not? It's fun to listen to me make mistakes. All right, connect the portal to the far end. This is going to allow us to jump to that other terminal, but it's also going to queue a bunch of bad guys waiting for us. In fact, there's probably 15 or 20 of them sitting there just waiting to bum rush us. So once we get over there, we kind of trigger the first couple, and we thin out their numbers from a distance. If you need to, run all the way back through the portal or across the bridge that you probably have the purple force fields now that you've activated both terminals, far and near. Next, we just need to go ahead and escort this guy all the way to the end, which will give us the fun key and allow us to open that final door, which we need to do because we got a green Protopart right up above us that needs to be returned. And of course, I did not want to have to take it all the way across the map because we already have to do that for that all collectibles destroyed chest that's way back at the beginning. But we're almost there. It says grab the fun key. We got to keep on escorting. I guess we don't need to get them all the way there. Slap it in and turn around, and hopefully you're still number 5. We can use the spatial jump to get up top. Right behind us is going to be the proto chest. So pop it open, grab that green orb, drop off the ledge, and of course, to avoid taking any damage, use a dash at the end right before you hit the ground and splatter all over the place. All right. Put it in the machine, go right back up there as we have access to the final hat. You could probably pop it from the down below, but just in case, we'll jump up top and drop down below. Use our portal to save some time as it'll take us all the way across that bridge. And now we're going to hoof it all the way back to that exclamation point. Whap, whap. Now, keep in mind, too, if you are feeling like you are complete, we are not done. We have to go get that chest that we're running for right now, and then we have to return and use the vinyl tube. That's right, there's a 28,000 cost to get that chest, so hopefully you've got a bunch of money in the tank. We got all 10 of those. It's going to allow us to open the chest, and Booyaka Shell, crown number 6 is ours. Now we just need to run back. Man, I wish we had a pedometer and we were getting real-life step counts. Now, I got a little excited taking out vinyl along the way, and I'm like, wait a minute, I got to go through this portal. Go through the portal, which should jump you back past that electric blocker. Run by the pool on the left-hand side one last time. And then, of course, I'm going to recommend that you use our portal because it'll jump you from one end of the bridge to the other if you haven't messed with it. Last but certainly not least, we've got that vinyl tube that I just mentioned, which happens to be chilling right here on the left side. You can see 28K. What is up with that? I know in the Lego games, they used to give us wonky deals, too, where you'd have like 150, 150, 150, 28. Like, what? What is that all about? All right, well, that should be all of it. If you followed along, we've got this level done. Of course, we will be back at a later time to go ahead and get that character cameo quest stuff, but that is for another video. In fact, we'll do all of the character cameo quests in one video. Not each one. Like Xena will get one. You know, they'll all get their own. So, all right, Booyaka Shell, we're back in the Funko Factory Hub, and guess what, guys? We only have one more level left before we move on from Masters of the Universe, and that only leaves 3 more worlds, totaling 18 more levels, 19 if you include this one, so not quite the home stretch yet, but it's feeling pretty good. Guys, if you haven't already, please click that like button, as that's going to wrap it up for Level 4, Shock Amok Fun Play. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and of course, check us out on social media. Check us out at HappyThumbsGaming.com. If you have not already, go take a spin through our merchandise at HTGmerch.com. We'd love to see you sporting some Thumbie gear out there in the wild. So, guys, that's going to do it for me. As always, until next time...